Hi friends, how are you? In this video we are going to learn about the physiological actions of growth hormone. Growth hormone is an anabolic hormone with profound short-term metabolic effects and long-term growth promoting effects. Acute metabolic effects of growth hormone like lipolysis in adipose tissue, decreased glucose uptake by muscle, and stimulation of gluconeogenesis by hepatocytes are due to its direct action on target tissues. Whereas many long-term effects on growth hormone are mediated by somatomedins, that is IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor 1 and 2 produced by it. Growth promoting effects are also part of direct effects on growth hormone. Direct actions of growth hormone effects on growth. The most striking and specific effect of growth hormone is stimulation of growth hormone, which occurs due to its action on the epiphyseal cartilage of long bones. Growth hormone stimulates all aspects of metabolism of chondrocytes, the cartilage forming cells. The major action of growth hormone on chondrocytes include incorporation. First is incorporation of proline into the collagen and its conversion into hydroxyproline. Incorporation of sulfate into proteoglycan chondroitin. The hydroxyproline and chondroitin together form the extracellular matrix of cartilage. Thus, growth hormone promotes cartilage matrix formation. Increased amino acid uptake and protein synthesis and increased RNA and DNA synthesis in chondrocytes. Increase in size and number of chondrocytes. Growth hormone also acts directly on progenitor or stem cells such as prechondrocytes in growth plates of bone. It facilitates the differentiation of prechondrocytes to chondrocytes. All these actions result in growth of epiphyseal cartilage that increases the length of bone and consequently promotes linear growth of body. Thus, growth hormone increases the height of the individual before closure of epiphysis. Other growth promoting effects of growth hormone include on bone. First, on bone, growth hormone stimulates the activity of bone modeling units. It increases activity of both osteoclast and osteoblast. However, osteoblastic activity predominates and therefore bone formation becomes more. The total bone mass and mineral content of bone increase. On skeletal muscle, growth hormone increases the growth of skeletal muscle by increasing protein synthesis and causing hypertrophy of skeletal muscle cell. It also promotes activity of satellite cells of skeletal muscle. Satellite cells are progenitor cells in skeletal muscles. On visceral organs, growth hormone also stimulates growth of many visceral organs like liver, kidney, heart, pancreas, intestine, etc. Many endocrine organs, skin and connective tissue. All these organs increase in size and function due to hypertrophy and hyperplasia in response to growth hormone. Organs grow in size due to increased protein synthesis, increased RNA and DNA synthesis, increase in cell size and number, The general visceral functions like digestion and specific visceral functions like cardiac output and glomerular filtration rate improve. Pubertal and gonadal growth. Growth hormone increases height during puberty. It also sensitizes gonads to the actions of growth hormone and follicular stimulating hormone. Thus, growth hormone promotes pre-pubertal sexual maturation. Effects on protein metabolism. The effects of growth hormone on general somatic growth are primarily due to the protein anabolic effects. These include positive nitrogen and phosphorus balance, increased amino acid entry into the cells in many tissues, increased RNA and DNA synthesis in the cell, increased protein synthesis, decreased plasma level of amino acid and urea that occurs secondary to amino acid entry into the cells and increased protein synthesis. Effects on carbohydrate metabolism. Growth hormone is a prodiabetogenic hormone as it causes hyperglycemia by following actions. It increases release of glucose from liver by facilitating hepatic neoglucogenesis. It decreases glucose uptake by skeletal muscle, decreases insulin sensitivity. However, growth hormone stimulates increase. However, growth hormone stimulates insulin secretion indirectly by increasing the ability of pancreas to various insulinogenic stimuli. Insulin, like growth factor 1, secreted mainly from liver under the influence of growth hormone, has insulin-like activity. Thus, indirectly, growth hormone also promotes growth as insulin is a growth stimulating hormone. Effects on fat metabolism. Growth hormone causes lipolysis and increases plasma level of free fatty acids. By increasing free fatty acids, it promotes ketogenesis as it increases free fatty acids and ketogenesis in plasma. Growth hormone provides energy in various conditions of hyperglycemia and stress. Effects on electrolyte and water metabolism. Growth hormone influences concentration of various electrolytes by following mechanisms. Growth hormone increases plasma calcium by increasing its absorption from gastrointestinal tract. Growth hormone also potentiates the effect of vitamin D on the intestine. Growth hormone causes sodium retention. It decreases sodium and potassium excretion in urine. It decreases sodium and potassium excretion in urine. It maintains extracellular fluid volume indirectly by stimulating the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system and suppressing the action of atrial natriuretic peptide on kidney. Thus, growth hormone decreases sodium and water excretion. It increases plasma phosphate level by increasing its reabsorption from proximal tubules of kidney. Effects mediated through insulin-like growth factors. The effect of growth hormone on growth, cartilage, and protein metabolism depend partly on the production of insulin-like growth factors. Initially, they were called somatomedins as they were found to mediate the somatic effects on growth hormone. The principal circulating somatomedins are insulin-like growth factor 1, insulin-like growth factor 1, which is also called as somatomedin SIM, and insulin-like growth factor 2. Insulin-like growth factor 1 and 2 have similar actions as insulin. Therefore, are called insulin-like growth factors. Insulin-like growth factors are polypeptide growth factors synthesized mainly in the liver. They are also formed in cartilages and other tissues. First, about insulin-like growth factor 1. Insulin-like growth factor 1 is more potent in the mediating the effects of growth hormone than insulin-like growth factor 2. Insulin-like growth factor 1 is a polypeptide containing 70 amino acids. Insulin-like growth factor 1 receptor is very similar to insulin receptor. Insulin-like growth factor 1 receptor is very similar to insulin receptor. Insulin-like growth factor 1 is secreted independent of growth hormone before birth. However, after birth, insulin-like growth factor secretion and actions are dependent on growth hormone. Its plasma concentration is 10 to 700 nanograms per milliliter, which peaks at puberty. The concentration of insulin-like growth factor 1 rises in childhood, attains peak at puberty, and declines in old age. It binds with plasma protein called insulin growth factor binding proteins. There are 6 insulin growth factor binding proteins. Insulin growth factor binding protein 3 is the most prevalent insulin growth factor binding protein 3, which serves as reservoir for insulin growth factors in plasma. Insulin-like growth factor 1 mainly causes skeletal and cartilage growth. Insulin growth factor 2. Insulin growth factor 2 is independent of growth hormone action and plays an important role in fetal growth. It is a polypeptide containing 67 amino acids. Insulin-like growth factor 2 receptor is a mannose-6-phosphate receptor. In adults, insulin-like growth factor 2 genes are expressed only in the choroid plexus and meninges. The plasma concentration of insulin-like growth factor 2 is 300 to 800 nanograms per milliliter. And next topic is applied physiology of growth hormones. If you like this video, like, share and subscribe. Please watch the next video, because in next video I am going to ask the questions on the topic of this video. Don't forget to watch. Okay, thank you.